Anybody who's celebrating Imavov victory, Imavov knockout, is more happy that Izzy got knocked out than Imavov won. No one really cares. These guys don't care about Imavov. No one cared about Imavov. Except the hardcores. And chances are, Imavov is going to go back to his usual self, which is volume punching. It's just going to be another Strickland with faster, crisper punches and worse defense. That's why I say he's a poor man Strickland. Shara wasn't fraud checked as much as his IQ was fraud checked. I think fraud check is like the new buzzword amongst MMA fans. Anytime a fighter that they want to lose loses, bro, fraud check, bro, he's fraud checked. You gotta give respect to the opponent. His opponent was that good. Venom Page is that good. There's no fraud check. Everybody who's saying Shara got fraud checked had Venom Page winning. So cut it out, guys. He wasn't fraud checked. And that fight wasn't as exciting as we all thought it was gonna be. It was kind of a Debbie Downer, anticlimactic. So yeah, guys, I'm going to talk about the main event. We're going to cope a little bit. We're going to rant a little bit. We're also going to talk about the implications in middleweight. But I'm going to talk about the main event and the co-main event, because that's really the only two fights I really give a shit about. Now, with the main event, Izzy. I had Izzy winning, of course. I had that breakdown video, which the prediction aged like milk. But to be fair, if you'd watched that video, and not too many people did, it was one of my worst performing videos. Maybe unfortunate, because now I don't get trolled as much. It only had like 200 views. I said Izzy was a lock. He clearly wasn't. But there's a lot of things in that video aged pretty well. And yeah, I'm going to make myself feel a little better right now, and I'm going to talk about that first. Now, before I get into it, right after the fight, I went to Kenney's stream. So I'm like, I'm coping. I'm not even an Izzy fan. It was the only time, I think it was the first time I root for Izzy, because I just don't want to see Imavov in the title picture. Guys, he's not an exciting fighter to watch. He's a poor man Strickland. He looks better than Strickland with the crisp, fast punches. But if you account for defense, he's not better than Strickland. He's not exciting either. He's never had a knockout finish. He's never had or showed a one-shot KO power. And that was effectively, I know it wasn't a clean knockout, but that was effectively a one-shot knockout. And a lot of his fights are just hit or miss. They're pretty boring. I gotta say it. So I was coping, because I lost some money too. All right, I lost some dough. That's why I was coping. Besides rooting for Izzy for the first time. So I go to Kenny's live stream. I'm like, how is bro coping? Because like he's the #1 Izzy fan, like the biggest hardcore Izzy fan out there, Kenney. So like, let me see how bro coping. And bro was not doing very well. All right, he looked like he was going through the acceptance phase after a family member died. He was sad. He was very sad. And immediately Guru shows up with his comment. I told you so comment. I told you he was going to get knocked out in the second or third round. I mean, good for you, Guru. You predicted that. Bro's never had a fucking knockout like that. And then he's got the balls, the cojones. He might have been trolling, but he said that it was because of his grappling. It was the grappling that created the opening for that knockout shot, which couldn't be further from the truth. Because the grappling, Izzy was defending very well. He was defending very well, and a few times, I feel like if Izzy tried, he could have out-wrestled him. So yeah, we got to see Guru tell us he told us so. But as far as the grappling goes, that's one thing that aged well in that brutal prediction video. In that video, I said Imavov does not have the strength. Even if he has the wrestling pedigree, he does not have the strength to take down Izzy. He's weak, guys. He's weak. He might be a world-class wrestler, who knows? But he don't have the strength. And he's going to struggle against the top 3. If he gets the Khamzat fight, it's over. It's going to be bad. He's not strong, guys. Drake is probably going to out-wrestle him. Sean isn't going to out-wrestle him. It's just going to be another striking match. Another boxing, and pretty boring, I'd say. It might get exciting in the latter rounds when they're both tired and they're just winging punches. Like, oh shit, somebody might land one of those wingy overhands. But yeah, wrestling-wise, he's not strong, guys. He is like not skill-wise, literal physical strength. He's not strong. He's weak. The other things, he's still eating calf kicks. But he's fortunate because if there was going to be anybody who was going to punish him for that, for not checking leg kicks, it was going to be Izzy. And Izzy was doing that. And another thing with that early finish, good on him for getting that early finish, because as the fight went on, he was going to get that leg chewed up. Right? He was going to get that leg destroyed. He was going to get chopped down like a tree. And the third thing, number 3, he still eats jabs. Izzy caught him a couple times. There was one jab I remember. It's a stiff jab in the round 1. But he wasn't really using that jab, Izzy wasn't. And the sequence he got knocked out, he threw a half-hearted arm punch jab. Just a light jab, half-hearted, had no sense of urgency to retreat. That's one thing I said Izzy would do. He would just feint, retreat. He had to retreat. He had to be a lot quicker than that. That wasn't Izzy, guys. He fucking fell off a cliff. And we even said, it's like Imavov has to hope that Izzy fell off a cliff. He's not there mentally. That wasn't Izzy. I don't know if he was there mentally or not, but that wasn't the Izzy from old. No way. Because his chin wasn't there. Listen, all the credit for Imavov for getting that shot. Well timed. He timed it perfectly when Izzy switched the stance from open stance to close stance. He went from southpaw to orthodox, and as he went to orthodox, he threw that lackadaisical, half-assed jab. Didn't pull away. So one thing we said. Izzy's going to pull away. He's going to have a lot of pull counters. Didn't have the wherewithal, didn't have the sense of urgency to pull away. He just threw that jab, didn't retreat, and he got caught. Well-timed, well-placed, overhand. That's another thing we talked about. He's going to throw that overhand, relentless. That's his favorite punch, the overhand and the right hook. Let's give credit to Imavov. I'm going to go with Izzy wasn't there. That was Izzy. That was washed Izzy. Sorry. No matter how good he looked in round 1, that was washed Izzy, guys. Also, for anybody who's happy that Izzy lost, you guys are very short-sighted because we need Izzy in the picture. If you don't like Izzy, even more so, we need heels. We need those people to root against. We don't want them to lose to, who was number 5, and Imavov number 5, number 6. We want them to lose their title fights. Or like against the number 1 contender. So they'll remain in the picture. But now Izzy's out of the picture. 3rd loss in a row. 2nd back-to-back finishes. 1 submission, 1 knockout. Not good. He's out. So now we got Imavov in the picture. And guys, anybody who's celebrating Imavov victory, Imavov knockout, is more happy that Izzy got knocked out than Imavov won. No one really cares. These guys don't care about Imavov. No one cared about Imavov. Except the hardcores. And chances are Imavov is going to go back to his usual self, which is volume punching. It's just going to be another Strickland with faster, crisper punches and worse defense. That's why I say he's a poor man Strickland. But yeah, we need Izzy in the picture, guys. You guys are for a rude awakening. And once Khamzat wins that belt, he's barely going to fight once a year. Bro's always sick. He's not sanctioned in a lot of countries, including the States. He's got visa issues, whatever the problem is. It might be different now that he got his citizenship from the UAE. So who knows? It could be different. They might let him fight in the States now. But bro doesn't fight too often. He's always sick. I'm a fan of Khamzat, but I don't want him to be champion because bro's not going to fight. All right, that division is a bottleneck once Khamzat becomes champion. Because you only got the top 2 through 5, maybe 6. Kao, Braulio. He's going to be in the picture soon. So it's just him and Imavov, the newcomers. But even Imavov has already fought Strickland. He's lost to Strickland. But anyways, guys, my point is those top 2, 3, 4, 5 guys are going to be fighting each other. And then if we're lucky, once a year, we get to see a Khamzat ragdolling. But other than that, it's going to be like what lightweight was or lightweight has been for the past how many years, where it's just there's only a few fighters up top and they just fight each other while you have a dominant champion. No one beats the champ. That's going to be it. That division is fucked. It's not good. Not great. So yeah, that's but all the credit to Imavov. His next fight's intriguing. He got that dominant knockout, whatever. Now with Shara, I didn't have time to make the Shara video, but I made a post, like a long detailed post that YouTube didn't let me post once in one shot. I had to divide it up in 2 posts. That was a detailed post where I said Shara has the antidote. All right, he is the nullifier. He's gonna nullify him. And in that post, I went over why Shara has all the tools in his arsenal to negate what Venom does well, which is blitz in and out with combinations, with punching combinations. He's got good kicks too, but his main weapon is that leaping overhand, that leaping cross, and Shara has all the tools. One primary tool, that sidekick. That sidekick is the antidote. Bro didn't throw one sidekick. Not one. He had one stepping sidekick, but it was offensive sidekick. He threw it offensively in the 2nd round. That was it. But as far as countering the blitz, the Venom blitz with a sidekick, that's the antidote. And I also said in that post, that's probably one reason, the main reason why Venom was against the Wonder Boy fight, because he knows Wonder Boy has all those skills, that karate style, but like mainly those karate tools with the kicks. Because the antidote is the lateral and straight kicks. Straight kicks with the front kicks, the teeps, and the lateral kicks with the side kicks, and the variations of the push kicks. But those kicks, the lateral and straight kicks, are the antidote to the blitz. And Wonder Boy has that at the highest level, those kicks. He throws that kick, the side kick especially. And so the Shara has that side kick in his arsenal, and that's one of the main kicks he utilizes in his fights. And bro didn't throw one side kick. He was out there fucking swaying around like he's Scorpion. Who's the Mortal Kombat character who just sways around, bro? He's just chilling, swaying around. So he's anticipating the blitz where you go, oh shit, Shara's about to get ready to roll an overhand, leaping overhand. He's gonna roll it, or he's gonna try to slip a leaping cross. Like, how's that gonna work? Why is he just doing that? Maybe he's doing that because he's about to leap in, but no, he would just do that and anticipate the blitz. And when the blitz came, he would just shell up and just duck. And occasionally throw that left lead hook, which I said it could be one of his weapons, but he just wasn't it, man. What was he doing? So he wasn't attacking. At times he would push Venom against the cage where he would corner Venom, cut him off, and instead of attacking, bro would just freeze up. He wasn't even frozen up, bro. There was no movement. There was no aggression. Like, he was scared to attack, go on the offensive. He had 0 punches to the head. Yeah, Venom is very elusive, but he wasn't throwing anything either. He had literally 0 punches to the head over 2 rounds. Never seen any stat like that ever. But he wasn't throwing. It wasn't that Venom was elusive. Venom is elusive, but Shara wasn't throwing. It was like he was scared to throw. He would just do nothing. And that fight wasn't as great because Venom wasn't really aggressive either. It was that, in that post I said, it might be the longer the fight goes on, the more anticlimactic it might become, because he's going to start using the side kick, he's going to negate the blitz, and it's going to be stalemate on the feet. The same thing that Venom alluded to, what would happen with Wonder Boy. But bro didn't throw any kicks besides leg kicks, besides some calf kicks. He didn't throw any kick. He didn't throw any side kicks, any other kicks. He threw a couple of round kicks, but round kicks ain't the answer to that blitz. He just threw calf kicks and missed, I don't know, 80% of the calf kicks he threw. Terrible game plan, terrible IQ. His IQ got exposed, guys. He didn't get fraud checked. With this fraud check bullshit, people now using fraud check every fight. They see a fighter where they don't like, lose, or they want to lose. Fraud checked. He didn't get fraud checked. By Venom? A lot of you guys thought Venom was going to win. A lot of people who said Shara's going to lose, now he loses, and now he got fraud checked? Use that term in a situation where you would expect the fighter to win. And then when he loses, like Peyton Talbot, we all expected him, fan or not, we all expected him to win. Bro was like a minus 600 favorite against an old veteran. He got crushed. Like, he just got broken down. That was a fraud check. Okay, Umar didn't get fraud checked by Merab. That fight was a close fight. What are you talking about? And most of you who are saying Umar got fraud checked didn't like Umar, don't like the doggies. And that was a close fight. How is that a fraud check? Also, you're disrespecting the fighter who won, because now you're saying, oh, like, he should have lost. He didn't have the skill to beat Umar, but he fraud checked him. Right? Like, bro, it's a new fucking stupid buzzword. Fraud check, fraud check. I was a fan of both fighters, so I'm not sad that Shara lost. I'm happy that Venom won, but I think Shara is better for the division, because now, as much as Venom said he's the captain now, captain of what, bro? You're not going to be in that division, because the top 3, top 4, top 5, they're going to out-wrestle you. Even Imavov, who don't have the strength. He probably got the strength to out-wrestle Venom. So, I don't know. I'd rather see Venom go down to welterweight, and he's got a really good chance to contend at welterweight. I don't think he's got a chance to contend at middleweight. Not a chance. Especially against Khamzat and Drakus. They're both going to out-wrestle him. Now, Shara, who was one of the more interesting fighters in middleweight, because he's just a pure striker. He's got really dynamic striking. He's out of the picture. His career, as far as being a contender, is set back 1-2 years, because he doesn't fight often either. Only at these venues. He's like another Khamzat. But Shara, no IQ, guys. He didn't have any IQ, and he was scared. And then, on top of that, he goes, I had a nightmarish health condition. Come on, man. Shara, come on, bro. Nightmarish health condition. Great excuse. Was it the nightmarish health condition that prevented you from throwing any strikes? You cornered Venom along the fence and didn't throw any strikes. You didn't attack, go on the offensive not one time. You were just swaying out there. Just fucking swaying, dude. Was your health condition? No, it was your IQ. It was your fear. Fear of getting hit, but you still got hit. Fear of getting hit with the overhand, but you still got hit with the overhand. You're anticipating the overhand. You're anticipating the blitz. You still got smacked with it. And you never went on the offensive. Was it your health condition? No, it wasn't your health condition, bro. Stop making excuses, bro. That's why the first fight, Abdelwahab, Hamdy, my boy Hamdy. I became an Insta fan post-fight. He won a robbery, okay? Jamal Pogs got robbed. That was a robbery. First fight in Saudi Arabia was a robbery for the Muslim. Of course it was. But to be fair, after that, it wasn't like that. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, it's going to be another one of those venue cards where the judges cater to the venue, cater to the fans. But post-fight interview, Wahab was asked, hey, what do you think about the decision? Did you think you won? And Wahab goes, honestly, to be honest, no. Became an Insta fan. I was like, holy shit, all right, it's my boy Hamdy. Acknowledges that he shouldn't have won the fight. And I think a lot of fans can agree. That's all these fighters have to do. Just acknowledge the loss, take the L with dignity, honor, give the credit to their opponent. Am I wrong, guys? Insta fan, Hamdy. All right, I'm going to root for Hamdy next time. But yeah, we got Shara complaining about, not complaining, but he brought up the nightmarish health condition. What was it? Staph? There was speculation about staph infection prior to the fight. What's this nightmarish health condition, bro? That was no nightmarish health condition the way you fought. The way you fought was just bad IQ. Didn't use the sidekick once. Not one time. He didn't even chamber his leg one time. Not once. He tried to time the blitz with a sidekick. He was just trying to time the blitz with a crouch. Just fucking trying to duck out of it, dude. Great game plan, Shara. Yeah, terrible performance, man. That was a terrible fight, guys. Venom fought very smart. He picked his shots carefully. He was also hesitant because Shara has that power, that creativity. Yeah, it was just not a good fight. That card sucked. Everyone's saying this was like the real 312. That card sucked, dude. Every fight sucked. Even the main event, it was too short. Because up until then, every fight was going to the decision. You got Pavlovich going to the decision. It was just brutal. Just the boring fights. And then the main event, yeah, delivered with that finish, but it was still. We want to see that fight go into the 4th or 5th round. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Leave a comment especially. All right, I enjoy engaging back with my viewers. Let me know what you think of this fight, this card, these fights, the main. And yeah, what's gonna happen with the middleweights now? Like, how's that gonna look? And as always, appreciate you guys watching, especially if you made it this far. Thank you very much.